Yo, welcome to Simply Bitcoin Live, your number one source for the peaceful Bitcoin revolution. We cover the breaking news, culture, mimetic warfare. We'll be your guide through the separation of money and state, and that is the times that we're living through. It falls onto our generation. Man, absolutely crazy world we're living through. Anyways, today we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna make the case, dude, because Jamie Dimon, very powerful man, one of the most powerful bankers in America. He's spouting some stuff on CNBC about how, the market cap of Bitcoin, the total supply of Bitcoin, the 21 million can be changed. I think he's wrong. So I think the time has come, okay? Because one side, they're saying all these things about Bitcoin that aren't true. I think the time has come for Jamie Dimon and Michael Saylor to have a debate. They should debate. I think Michael Saylor would definitely be open to it, but there's absolutely no way that Jamie Dimon would be open to it. I don't think he would ever agree to that. But anyways, we have a good show for you guys as well. Also, looks like Genesis, which was the company that Gemini was using for their yield product, the earn product, officially declares bankruptcy. It looks like the Cameron Winklevi is gearing up to sue Barry Silbert, which is the CEO and the founder of the Digital Currency Group, which is an owner of not only Genesis but also CoinDesk as well, right? So all very interesting stuff. So we're going to get into all the details. We bring all the receipts. It's going to be a great show. But first, I want to introduce my awesome co-host. How you doing, Opti?
I'm doing good, bro. Another day in paradise, another day doing Bitcoin content. So how can we complain about this, man? So awesome day. And shouts out to Nihilist Fields over here in the chat. He's calling us fiat maxis, and I'm like, nah. And he's like, but we're talking about our boy Jamie Dimon. But yeah, look, I'll save my points on Jamie for when we talk about that. And then on the Genesis news, didn't we call that last week or whenever we covered it? Where there's smoke, there's fire. Absolutely amazing that this is where we are right now.
Wait. Did we call it again?
I think so. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure we did. I'm pretty sure we said like, yo, only time will tell whether this ends bad, and it ended as bad as we thought it would. And then kind of leaning into, I knew you're going to cover Jamie Dimon today, so kind of leaning into that, I'm covering this Bitcoin Magazine article, and it's called Dear Normie, Don't Buy Bitcoin. So it's going to be a spicy culture today. Shouts out to Bitcoin Magazine. It's an opinion piece. Obviously, we're going to angle it into making sure that people do buy Bitcoin, but I like the article anyway. So we're taking a little contrarian view today, Nico.
Hell yeah. I love that. All right, everybody, let's start the show. I'm sure it's going to be a good one.
The Bitcoin numbers.
Brought to you by NODL. At this point, you should be running your own Bitcoin node. If you don't use your own Bitcoin node, you're trusting someone else's. Run your own version of Bitcoin Core, the Lightning Network, Whirlpool, and Dojo, all from the comfort of your own home. And if you're a digital nomad, you have absolutely no excuse, because now you can run a NODL through a virtual private server. Visit nodl.eu today. All right, here are the stats from Clark Moody's dashboard. Bitcoin price is $21,395. The sats per dollar, 4,674. The block height, 772,833. Reachable Bitcoin nodes, 14,587. Blocks to the halving, 67,167. Halving estimate, April 25th, 2024. Total Lightning Network capacity, 5,222. Capacity value, 111 million US dollars. The realized monetary inflation of Bitcoin is 1.76%. What was the latest CPI numbers that they totally manipulate? 6.5%. Bitcoin continues to take the US dollar, the big daddy of fiat currencies, to absolute school. And that realized monetary inflation number is going to continue going down and down down and down. I mean, the halving is really about a year and change away. It's getting very close, and the market capitalization of Bitcoin in the grand scheme of things, still a tiny little baby, $412 billion with a B. Anyways, everybody, let's talk about Jamie Dimon. So this man, Joe Burnett, says Jamie Dimon thinks there will be more than 21 million Bitcoin. The halving is not officially priced in. Let's check out the clip. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this is from Davos. I think this is from the Cantillionaire the Cantillionaire conference. Everybody, let's check out this clip and talk about it.
What we're talking about, we pretty much always have some crypto conversation with you. I'm just curious because I don't think we've talked to you since.
I think all that's been a waste of time, and why you guys waste any breath on it is totally beyond me.
Because you just think the whole thing just is
going to zero.
Going to zero and it's fake.
Bitcoin itself is a hyped up fraud. It's a pet rock.
You're back to that,
yeah,
really?
Of course, yeah.
So what do you make then of BlackRock and other firms that are investing in infrastructure?
No, that's different. Blockchain is a technology ledger system that we use to move information. We've used it to do overnight repo, intraday repo. We've used it to move money.
Right.
So that is a ledger. That's a technology ledger type of thing that we think will be deployable.
Remember, we've
been talking about that for 12 years too, and very little's been done.
There's some tokens that I agree with you on, but Bitcoin's based on a distributed ledger. Yeah, it has all the characteristics of a store of value. It's immutable. It's scarce.
Totally untrue. It's
21 million.
Well, yeah, really. How do you know it's going to stop at 21 million?
Because
I've mentioned this to people
Satoshi.
Too. Everyone says that. Well, maybe it's going to get to 21 million, and Satoshi's picture is going to come up and laugh at you all and say, no.
But there isn't a picture.
And by then, Satoshi will have taken out billions of dollars.
What was your reaction to the failure of FTX and all of that? You've seen lots of failures over the years of different things that have happened on Wall Street and the world of finance.
I'm not surprised at all.
And
I called it a decentralized Ponzi scheme. The hype around this thing has been extraordinary.
The underlying asset.
But you have a lot of clients who are involved.
You guys you've all seen the analysis on Tether and the analysis on all these things and the lack of disclosures, and it's outrageous. The regulators should have stopped this a long time ago. People have lost billions of dollars. Some are, if you look at it as lower income people, in some cases,
Jamie, there's a difference between saying FTX is a decentralized Ponzi scheme and saying that crypto itself is a Ponzi scheme. That's like, Madoff created options.
Crypto itself that doesn't do anything is a pet rock. You're happy to
Bitcoin.
You can own it all you want.
I'm just talking. There's a lot. It's billions of dollars.
I don't care about Bitcoin, so we should drop the subject.
All right. Well, let me.
Wow. So much to unpack there. So it says low income people got hurt. People doesn't do it. It doesn't do anything. What about the people in Argentina, man? What about people in Venezuela? What about the people in Afghanistan? What about the people in Cuba, right? What about them? Cubans were using Bitcoin as a way to receive money overseas. Same in Afghanistan after the U.S. pulled out and the U.S. cut off Afghanistan from the global financial system. The people of Afghanistan that are innocent from the government, they got hurt. What about them? What about the people in Nigeria that are dealing with double-digit inflation? Bitcoin gives them a way to save without the fear of confiscation, censorship, or debasement. What if you are fleeing a totalitarian country and you want to bring your wealth with you? There's only so much gold you can hide in your teeth. You can memorize 12 words and you can take that with you. What about them? It's never mentioned. It's never mentioned. It's never mentioned. Now, the idea of the 21 million, right? Even if Satoshi came back tomorrow, and we actually had this discussion last night on Simply Bitcoin IRL with Pierre Richard, even if Satoshi Nakamoto came back tomorrow and we knew it was him, signed his keys, right? Proved his identity, he could still not change anything. This is why the decentralization of Bitcoin is so important. This is why the node network of Bitcoin is so important. This was what the fork wars were about. The most powerful mining consortium in the industry tried together and they tried to change the code. They tried to make bigger blocks, which would have increased the resource requirement in order to run a node, which means that less and less people would have been able to run a node. The block size is what it is so that it is the most inclusive. The barrier to entry is cheap enough so that anybody could spend maybe a couple $100s on buying the hardware, or you can even run it on your computer to run a Bitcoin node. The decentralization is key. Good luck trying to change that. If I'm a Bitcoin holder, what incentive do I have to change or increase the supply? This is what the change the code campaign is all about, right? You know, the one that the Ripple co-founder is funding, you know, basically a social attack on Bitcoin's energy use. They know they can't fork it. If you want to change the code, you want to make 25 million Bitcoin, 69 million Bitcoin, 420 million Bitcoin, right? You want to change it? You could fork it, but it doesn't mean people are going to use it, as the case with BSV, as the case with Bitcoin Cash. So a lot of misrepresentations. It is time for Jamie Dimon to debate Michael Saylor, and let's see if he can get away, because these are just MSNBC reporters, or sorry, CNBC reporters, that he can get away with saying a lot of these things. Try saying these things in front of Saylor. Try saying these things in front of, you know, let's say Corey, right? Let's see how that goes. You're not going to be able to say a lot of those lies and misrepresentations, are you? But first, I want to read a quote that Saylor said at the Atlas Society, and apparently so, and Lynn was kind enough to point out that this was one of the key quotes from the speech. This was the famous speech where Saylor said that he wants to be a winner and not a martyr, right? So the quote says something like this. Not something like this. This is what it says. Quote, "Most people don't realize this, but Satoshi opened a portal from the physical realm into the digital realm, and energy began to flow into cyberspace, bringing life to a formerly dead realm consisting of only shadows and ghosts, bringing conservation of energy and matter, objectivity, truth, time, and consequence into the digital realm, delivering property rights, freedom, and sovereignty that are separate from the physical and the political realm to humanity." So when when Jamie Dimon says Bitcoin doesn't do anything, my response is that last line. Bitcoin delivers property rights, freedom, and sovereignty that are separate from the physical and the political realm to humanity. That's what it does. And no other crypto and no other fiat, nothing else could provide that. And Jamie Dimon has has privilege to say it doesn't do anything. That's because he lives and he happened to be born in a country that has the global reserve currency status, has this ability to print an infinite amount of money because other countries are holding US dollars, has that unique privilege. And there's only a handful of countries that have that privilege. You have China, you have, you know, the European Union, you have Switzerland, you have the UK. They can't do it as much as the United States, but they still could do it. The rest of the world, or what Jeff Booth said when he came on the Simply Bitcoin era a couple weeks ago, the global South, they do not have that privilege. If they print money, look at Argentina, man. Look at Argentina. And Bitcoin is for them. Bitcoin is for the people of El Salvador that had to rely on the United States for its monetary policy. Now they have an alternative, which is why an alternative that the global elite, the people that feel they run the world, the quintillionaire class in Davos that we covered yesterday, they agreed on one thing, the bankers and the regulators. Bitcoin, this thing's a problem. That's why they hate it. They hate it because they feel that they can run your life better than you can run yourself. And Bitcoin is a protest to that. Bitcoin is, nah, no, I don't want to do this anymore. Your system sucks. Maybe it works for you, but not for me. I'm opting out. I'm taking my energy, my time, my work out of your system. I'm claiming back my financial sovereignty. I'm taking it back into my own hands. And you know what? There's nothing you could do about it. I'm going to memorize these 12 words, these 24 words. I could die tomorrow. If I didn't save that for anyone, if I didn't give it to anyone, I just made everyone else holding Bitcoin a little bit richer. And it drives them absolutely crazy. It drives them crazy that they're being disintermediated in real time. And it tells you how effective this thing is when you have people like Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, Jamie Dimon, Warren Buffett. They all hate Bitcoin. Why do you think that is? Have you asked yourself that question? Why are the people at the World Economic Forum hating Bitcoin? Have you asked yourself that question? What is it about Bitcoin that they hate so much? Because it gives people the power. It gives people the power and the ability to save without fear of confiscation, without fear of censorship. It gives them freedom of which they never had before when they were using state money. So Jamie Dimon has financial privilege. And you know what, Jamie Dimon? You should debate Saylor. You should debate Corey. You should debate Saifedean. Let's see if you can get away with those things that you were saying. And let's see you defend the fiat system. Let's see you defend the fiat standard. Because it's definitely benefited you. But has it benefited the average Joe? Has it benefited 80, 90% of us? No, I don't even know. It's a much higher number than that. It's benefited the quintillionaire class. It's benefited politicians. It's benefited anybody that is close to the money spigot. But everybody else got hurt. So let's see you try to defend that. Let's see you try to defend that. You attack Bitcoin, defend your system instead. Do it. Go for it. I doubt you'll be able to. Anyways. And that's why they trash it. That's why they try to character attack Bitcoin. But they can only do that for so long, because I'll tell you what, guys, the next cycle, Michael Saylor and Nayib Bukele are going to be vindicated. They're going to be vindicated for everybody to see. And it's going to prove 2 points, okay? That a Bitcoin standard is a viable alternative for a nation state. And all the other countries that don't have strong fiat money printers, they're going to look at that and say, you know what? This IMF dollar thing, that's a shit deal. That's why the World Bank hates it. That's why the IMF hates it. That's why Opti's ex-girlfriend, Christine Lagarde, hates it. And Jamie Dimon, right? And and then the other component, which I feel like is equally as important, is Michael Saylor is going to prove that holding Bitcoin instead of fiat for a public company is also a viable alternative. Not only is it a viable alternative, it's a better alternative. And when that happens, all bets are off, because it doesn't matter what they try to do, the misrepresentations, the character attacks, the propaganda, the lies. The proof is in the work, and they can't deny it. It's right up in your face. And people like Jamie Dimon, people like Christine Lagarde, the central bank, any central banker, what are they going to say? What is going to be their argument? They have one left. We don't want you using Bitcoin because we want you enslaved. That's why. That's the reason. We don't actually care about inclusivity and equity and equality. No, it's all about controlling you. Well, Bitcoiners are going to say, Bitcoin is the most equal, equitable money the world has ever fucking seen. Period. Full stop. End of story. And that's why we're going to win. Our incentives are better than theirs. All they have is lies, misrepresentations, spin. We have the truth on our side, and it's just a matter of time. You can only hide the truth for so long, but it will come up and it will bite them in the ass. Anyways, Opti, what are your thoughts, brother?
Well, first off, go off, King. Everyone in the chat is fired up because of the Nico Jones rant. But back to this whole conversation. I really absolutely love that Saylor quote. I don't think I heard that before. Shouts out to Lynn for highlighting that. That was a great quote. I think that's one that I need to continuously spread around on the internet and to my normies as well. So yeah, look, hold on, Nico cooking. Hold on. In Spaces had to say, holy shit, Nico, let's go. So they're loving it. Good shit, bro. And of course, I mean, we've said it before that, I call them the fiat parasite class, but they are incentivized to not understand Bitcoin, or better yet, to disregard Bitcoin. And so Jamie is just a part of that class. You know, we know him to be the Cantillon insider that he is. And of course, he's going to go on mainstream media and try to gaslight the anchors and try to act like Bitcoin isn't doing what we all know it to be doing, which is disintermediating their job. And so again, Jamie is incentivized not to get Bitcoin, or better yet, to disregard Bitcoin. And what year are we in? He's literally doing 2017 narratives on us. Oh, it's my blockchain, not crypto. Like, guys, what is going on here? Obviously, again, this is something that I say all the time. He knows the audience that he's speaking to. The majority of people still don't understand Bitcoin, and so they've all heard the same memes over and over. Like blockchain, not Bitcoin, or Bitcoin is like MySpace. The old memes that we've countered for years that we know to be dead. And again, man, what year are we in? He calls Bitcoin pet rocks. I love my pet rocks. If Bitcoin is a pet rock, shouts out to my pet rocks. And it kind of reminded me, I was gonna put it up here, but Nico started to go in. Remember, people were literally buying pet rocks with eyes on them, and obviously there's some value in pet rocks, Jamie. On another point, shouts out to Joe for being completely orange pilled and still spreading the Bitcoin message in the face of Jamie Dimon's ridiculous, stupid claims over there. I mean, how do we know that Bitcoin stays at 21 million? Well, talk to my node, Jamie. If you only understood how open source code works, you could just read the code yourself, Jamie. It's not that hard, bro. It's right there, all in the open for us to read. This is why we tell you guys to continuously run the node so that you guys can verify the Bitcoin software for yourself. Full stop. And again, we've said this on the show plenty of times, and obviously it is still low-hanging fruit. But the fact that he is using FTX as an excuse to denigrate Bitcoin is just man, how long are we going to have to get dragged in the mud for the ridiculous stuff that FTX did? Obviously, this is going to be a continuous saga this year because, the court dates are not going to be over for a while. So they're going to be able to use this little headline for as long as possible. But again, there was a point, I think, during that clip that was Jamie saying the quiet parts out loud. He said, if only regulations had stopped Bitcoin in the past, then we wouldn't have to deal with this. And this is something we talk about here all the time on the show, is the powers that be continuously trying to stop the innovation and adoption of Bitcoin by, over-regulating, by ensuring that they lump Bitcoin and crypto, or Bitcoin and these Ponzi schemes like FTX together. So again, they are scared. We are winning, and they're saying the quiet parts out loud, and people are just missing the signal because of the crazy little sound bites that he goes in and calls Bitcoin a pet rock and Bitcoin fraud and all this stuff. Blockchain, not Bitcoin. It's man, see through the madness, opt out, take Bitcoin into self-custody, use the wallets that we show every single day: Jade, Seed Signer, Cold Card, Blue, Moon, Pine, Phoenix. I don't know. I say it all the time. I'm going to have to put a sticky note over here so that I don't miss any of the wallets that we like to use. But man, do not listen to these people. They are incentivized to lead you astray.
Amen. Exactly. They're incentivized to keep you using the slavery system. Enough is enough. They don't have your best interest at heart, man. And that's the beauty of Bitcoin. The incentives are aligned, right? So Bitcoiners advocating for Bitcoin, spreading the adoption. You adopt Bitcoin, guess what? helps you too, man. Helps everyone. It's the incentives are aligned. It's absolutely beautiful. No other system could offer that as well. But anyways, Opti, let's get to news. Let's do it.
The Daily News.
Brought to you by Blockstream Jade, built by Bitcoiners for Bitcoiners. It's an open source hardware wallet for the cold storage of Bitcoin. Blockstream Jade houses a full color camera, allowing for fully air-gapped Bitcoin transactions. Scan and display QR codes directly on the device to sign transactions and verify addresses with ease. Use your Blockstream Jade with your favorite wallet software, such as the Blockstream Green, Blue Wallet, Electrum, and Sparrow. Get yourself a Blockstream Jade today and take self-custody of your Bitcoin. Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, Simply Bitcoin got it right again. Crypto lender Genesis files for bankruptcy as crisis spreads. So, I mean, dude. But listen, we're going to hit it from a different angle. Okay. We're going to get into the details of that, and, we'll tell you everything that you guys need to know. But, big but. None of this would have affected you if you've just taken self-custody of your coins. None of this. Stop chasing yield. Bad idea. Why would you chase yield on something that, since its inception, has had an average 250% return on a yearly basis? Doesn't mean that it's going to have that moving forward, but let's say it's 30, 40% for the next 10 years. Is that 2-3% yield really worth it, or is just greed? Anyways, just take a look at this clusterfuck. Crypto lender Genesis files for bankruptcy as crisis spreads. Cryptocurrency lender Genesis Global Holdings LLC filed for bankruptcy, the latest firm to collapse in the aftermath of the FTX exchange swift downfall and last year's rout in digital assets. The company plus subsidiaries Genesis Global Capital LLC and Genesis Asia Pacific PTE filed for Chapter 11 protection on Thursday in the Southern District of New York. Court documents show Genesis Global Capital listed the same range, $1 billion to $10 billion for both assets and liabilities, as well as over 100,000 creditors. The top 50 unsecured claims amount to about $3.4 billion. Genesis plans to use the Chapter 11 process to try to sell assets or raise money, with creditors ending up owning the reorganization business if those efforts are unsuccessful. And I think that's what the Winklevi are trying to do, to be honest. The company intends to use $150 million in cash on hand to fund itself in bankruptcy. It's a lot of money. Chapter 11 allows a firm to continue operating while trying to work ways to repay creditors. Parent company Digital Currency Group has been in confidential negotiations with various creditor groups amid a liquidity crunch. Genesis has warned that bankruptcy was possible if it fails to raise cash. Genesis Global Trading and other units involved in derivatives and spot trading and custody businesses aren't part of the bankruptcy filing. Financial pressure Barry Silbert's DCG began to emerge following the collapse of hedge fund Three Arrows Capital last year. Genesis lending unit suspended withdrawals in November, soon after FTX, where Genesis held some of its funds, filed for bankruptcy. Digital assets have shed about $2 trillion since a peak in 2021, and a slew of crypto lenders have struggled in the sell-off. Redemptions and loan originations at Genesis lending operations remain suspended, and claims will be handled in bankruptcy court, according to the statement. So very similar to Celsius, very similar to FTX. This happened with Mt. Gox. Mt. Gox is still going through bankruptcy. So it's like you might not even, and then after what the lawyers have taken their fees and stuff, you might not ever see that ever. You might get like 5% of your initial deposit into the company, because all the lawyers are going to pay themselves first. You're the person that held their funds there. Remember what the New York judge said about the Celsius deposits. Those deposits didn't belong to the customers. They belonged to Celsius. But did they tell you that when they advertised these projects? Did Alex Mashinsky say that when he said all those Bitcoin maxis, they're telling people to take self-custody? Did he say that? Of course he didn't fucking say that. It's disgusting, man. But look, this doesn't, and I want you guys to zoom out, because there's a core issue here. The core issue is, and it happened in Lebanon too. Remember what happened in Lebanon, right? All those people that had all their money there, right? And guess what? They couldn't get it out. Happened in Greece as well. I see the yellow Muppet in the chat. They took a haircut off people's bank account. Happened in Cyprus when they were going. So when the banks get themselves into a mess, you, the person who is trusting them, banks, exchanges, you are the ones to foot the bill, not them. They pay themselves first. And remember what happened in 2008. Remember what happened? No banker went to jail. You're starting to see, some patterns here. And you want to know why Jamie Dimon hates Bitcoin? Because that standard operating procedure, finito. But only if people take self-custody of their Bitcoin. They empower themselves with true financial sovereignty. And then the racket is over. It's done. Finito. That doesn't mean that loans and all these things won't exist. But it means that if the institutions that are risking people's money, they're gambling with it, like what Celsius did, what FTX did. At least people understand, okay, maybe I put a percentage of my money there. Obviously, as Bitcoin maxis, we think that's stupid. But hey, it's your money. Do what you want with it, I guess. This is what the revolution is about. The revolution is about people, individuals taking back their financial sovereignty. And the only tool to do that with is Bitcoin. That's what this is all about. Anyways, let's take a look at the thread by Mr. Winklevi. And he, so to give you guys context, I said it in the beginning, but I'll give you guys a quick update. Gemini, their product was called Earn, and Earned used Genesis, right? Genesis is part of the DCG group. Genesis filed for bankruptcy, and now currently there's about $900 million worth of customer funds that were using the Gemini Earn product that have not been able to get access to their money. Cameron Winklevi went so far as to call Barry Silbert a fraud last week on Twitter. And now this has escalated apparently to, according to some reportings, to a lawsuit. Now, you're seeing this, and as a customer, you're like, yeah, Cameron Winklevi, do your thing. Listen, they're not dumb. They knew what they were going to offer you. And this is the end result. This is the end result. You are the yield. You are the yield. Anyways, goes on to say, this evening, Genesis Global Capital LLC filed for bankruptcy under Chapter 11. This is a crucial step towards us being able to recover your assets. Was it really your assets? Because according to that judge, no, it was Genesis's assets. Anyways, while we have been working, it's only your assets if you're holding the keys. If you're not holding the keys, it's an IOU. It's a bank. It's a thing. It's not yours unless you're the sole owner of those keys. Anyways, while we have been working around the clock to negotiate an acceptable solution, Barry Silbert and DCG company, their group, the parent company of Genesis, continue to refuse to offer creditors a fair. Good news is that by seeking the protection of the bankruptcy court, Genesis will be subject to judicial oversight and be required to provide discovery into the machinations that brought us to this point. Crucially, the decision to put Genesis into bankruptcy does not insulate Barry, DCG, and any other wrongdoings from accountability. We have been preparing to take direct legal action against Barry, DCG, and others to share responsibility for the fraud, it's a very strong word, that has caused harm to 340,000 Earn users and others duped by Genesis and its accomplices. Look, to be fair, Cameron and his brother aren't stupid people. This is a convenient way to wash hands, in my opinion. And fine, maybe play devil's advocate. Maybe he knew. Maybe he was like, okay, this is something that we want to, offer our clients, and we're and we trust on Genesis and we trust in whatever. But I mean, if you did the due diligence, it didn't make sense. maybe you could say that he wasn't aware of this, but it also conveniently looks like this is a very good way to wash your hands of it, which is like, it wasn't our fault, it was their fault. I don't know. You can never know. But anyways, unless Barry and DCG come to their senses and make a fair offer to creditors, we will be filing a lawsuit against Barry and DCG immediately, meaning every tool available to us in the bankruptcy court to maximize recovery for earn users and any other parties within bankruptcy court's jurisdiction. We also believe that in addition to owing creditors all of their money back, Genesis, DCG, and Barry explanation, bankruptcy court provides a much needed forum for that to happen. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. This marks an important milestone in our efforts to help earn users get their assets back. Doing so remains our highest priority. I don't know. What do you think, Opti? Like, to me, it just like look, it sounds good. You know, you can clearly tell, but you can't deny that it does serve two purposes. Like, this is great PR, right? It's like, guys, we were duped. It wasn't our fault. It wasn't, but it is. Look, at the end of the day, whether he knew the complexities of what was going on in the back room, the reality is that he has to take responsibility because he's the one that decided to include that product into the the Gemini exchange, right? So I don't know, man. Like, that's my take. It's an absolutely terrible situation, this whole thing. Yeah, it's unfortunate, to say the least, bro. It's unfortunate, but I think the silver lining here is that, you know, people burn their hands on the stove, so to speak, metaphorically, and then that wakes them up, and we are seeing record amount of outflows going out of exchanges and people finally waking up and taking self-custody. So there is a silver lining to this, and Bitcoiners are like that meme, bro, of those two people fighting and the guy hitting the thing in the back. That's what Bitcoiners are doing right now. They're just watching on the sidelines like, holy shit, this is freaking crazy. Anyways, Opti, what are your thoughts on this whole, bro? It's a novela, bro. It's for anyone who doesn't know, a novela is a Spanish sitcom, bro. I'm looking at this. This is entertainment. This is entertainment for the people that stayed humble and stacked sats. You're just watching on the sidelines, and hopefully you guys scooped a lot of corn under 20K. Anyways, Opti, what are your thoughts on this, bro?
Well, this is just another saga of shitcoiners passing off blame and not taking responsibility, as far as I'm concerned. And it's anti-Bitcoin, in my opinion. Just first and foremost, guys, avoid paper Bitcoin at all costs. Like, take Bitcoin into self-custody using Seed Signer, Cold Card, Jade, Pine, Moon, Breeze, Blue Wallet, Green Wallet, Phoenix, Zeus, Sparrow, Spectre. I think I got them all this time, guys. Like, these are the freedom tools to avoid this mess in the first place. This is what we tell you guys every single day. It is very simple process because, as Nico always says, and we always continue to double down, why are you trusting someone with your money? Because this is the inevitable end. They will always blow up, and they will always say, oh, we're working the best we can to get your money back. I mean, I think SBF and FTX are saying the same thing. And historically, guys, like, if you've been around for a while, if you've done your history lessons, like, the Mt. Gox saga is still not even over. And how long ago did that happen? Like, just avoid this all up front. When you buy your Bitcoin, wherever you buy it, take it into self-custody. As we always say, not your keys, not your Bitcoin. As a hodler, you can just sit back by the river long enough and watch the explosion, watch the fireworks, and see all the exchange dead bodies float down the river. Like, this is what we do here. It's just take your Bitcoin into self-custody, and it's really simple. Like, you don't need to chase yield, as we say, as the meme is, you are the yield if you chase the yield, and Bitcoin price does the heavy lifting. Like, Bitcoin will inevitably go up, and you are giving away 100% of your custody for an 8% return, which Bitcoin will outperform. Like, stay humble in the sense. Yeah, I was gonna say that too. Bitcoiners doing the thing. And guys, again, when I say stay humble, I mean one thing: do not over leverage yourself understand the risk of what you are doing and just hold Bitcoin. To me, this is what it means to stay humble. Don't be proud of being a Bitcoin. It's just don't put yourself in a risky situation. Don't give up 100% of your custody of Bitcoin for a measly 8% return. Bitcoin will do the heavy lifting. And then on the point, man, I guess we just haven't seen the end of my crypto contagion. And as someone was saying in the chat, and I think this is a very, very strong signal. Actually, it was Diogenes, a very strong bull signal. I mean, we're seeing the fact that this saga of all the commingling of funds, all the exchanges being together, the crypto contagion is not over, and we are still holding up really strong above 21K or around 21K at this point. Like, I think that's a bull signal for everyone out there. It's like, yeah, things are still blowing up and the price of Bitcoin is holding strong. Bullish AF. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, everybody. Let's get to the culture. We got a lot to talk about.
The Daily Culture.
Brought to you by SwanBitcoin.com. Swan is the best way to build your Bitcoin stack with automated Bitcoin savings plans and instant purchases, serving clients of any size from $10 to $10 million. We love Swan because they incentivize self-custody and dollar cost averaging. What are you waiting for? Visit SwanBitcoin.com today. All right, everybody. I want to tell you about BitBlockBoom. It's going to be the biggest Bitcoin conference in Texas. It's August 24th, 25th, 26th, and 27th, 2023. Opti and I will be there. It's not a shitcoin, NFT, or blockchain event. They talk about Bitcoin, and more Bitcoin. You can take advantage of the promo code SimplyBitcoin, all caps. Get a big discount to your BitBlockBoom tickets. Also, check out Unconfiscatable. It's going to be in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's an annual celebration. It's a poker tournament and Bitcoin conference combined speaker list. It's Tone Vase, Jimmy Son, Adam Back, Jack Mahlers, Greg Foss, the Crypto Couple, and many more. You guys don't want to miss this. You can take advantage of the promo code Simply10 to get a big discount to Unconfiscatable. Anyways, Opti, what do you have for us today, brother?
All right, man. So again, I'm gonna this one might get a little spicy, but I really like this article because you know me, all we try to do here on Simply Bitcoin is try to get as many people stacking Bitcoin as possible. But obviously, there's a lot of people out there that are still very arrogant. They still think they understand Bitcoin. And I thought this is a fitting article considering the Jamie Dimon clip in the numbers. I knew we were going to cover this. And so, you know, we take an opportunity to dunk on the normies every once in a while. Shame is a good way of teaching. Anyways, shouts out to Bitcoin Magazine and their culture division on their website. This one is an opinion piece by Tim Niemeyer. I butchered your last name. My bad, bro. Anyways, this one is called Dear Normie, Don't Buy Bitcoin. Too many people invest in Bitcoin, the asset, without fully appreciating all the value that Bitcoin, the technology, can't provide. Don't do it. Anyways, before I go in, I think it's there's a question I've been asking a lot of people, and it's the idea: can people understand Bitcoin via osmosis just by holding Bitcoin, or is there the inevitable learning curve that we all have to take to become a hodler of last resort? Well, I think this article is kind of on that vein of people are going to have to put in the work. And, you know, this is what we say all the time about the proof of work lifestyle, like put in the work and life will reward you. Anyways, I'm going to read this article. I think it's kind of good on its own. We'll skim a little bit, but here we go. As you might have learned from watching the mainstream news, the Bitcoin price has been pumping as of late. If you bought the top and held until now, you may consider taking advice from good old Peter Schiff and use this opportunity to sell. If you're someone who missed the boat, though, you may reasonably wait for confirmation and buy closer to 70K. For those thinking to make make a quick buck, you might hop on just to try and cash out near the next all-time high. If you're a collectivist who doesn't believe we need a non-coercive way to coordinate human action, well then, I can't help you. Whatever your story or specific situation is, one thing is clear. Buying Bitcoin is not going to help you. Shocker. Yes, you read that right. The physical act of trading one monetary good for another does next to nothing for you. Sure, you might make a few dollars in the short term, save, for your short-term capital gains, and you may even get a girlfriend, pay for the next vacation or Lambo. Why not? But none of that matters because the ultimate value of Bitcoin is not merely quantitative, but qualitative. And to get the qualitative benefits, you need to prove you've done some work. Proof of work. And this is what I talk about all the time. Lifestyle to me is proof of work. It's a philosophy. It's a way to live. And I really like this little meme he's got here. The day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. Lower your time preference, people. The gift of Bitcoin lies in the unfathomable unlocking of understanding that you receive from putting in the time and effort to study it. The bad is that there's many different rabbit holes to go down, and you could spend months to years learning about any of the following: cryptography, computer science, distributed systems, open source software, network effects, game theory, economics, monetary theory, 11th grade math, energy production, geopolitics, history, human rights, philosophy, human psychology, personal responsibility, just to name a few. The good news is that there's so many rabbit holes to go down. And he goes, I've been studying it for so long. But on top of that, the wisdom is rooted in reason and logic. It acts as an anchor in a world where reality is constantly and increasingly manipulated. We say it all the time on this show. Bitcoin is a pillar of truth. And once you get orange pilled, once you go down the Bitcoin rabbit hole, I am convinced that your worldview will fundamentally change, and this is a feature, not a bug. Initially, it's hard to grapple with the fact that you've grown accustomed to living with a relatively short-term mindset, as well as as we all have at some point in our lives. The short-term mindset is what Bitcoiners refer to as high time preference. It may take some time to understand how the money we choose changes individuals' incentive structure. And it's the first step to understanding why Bitcoin is the best form of money. Inflationary fiat incentivizes its users to make decisions based on the needs of the present, while disinflationary Bitcoin incentivizes its users to plan for the future while deprioritizing present consumption. And it takes years to fully grasp this idea. So don't expect it to get there in one article in one moment. As I say, you have to build the proof of work mindset. Unfortunately, many of our friends are arrogant and think they already know. And this kind of reminded me of an article we just dropped on our Substack. So go check that out as well. Bitcoin and time preference. Shouts out to Wartime Bitcoiner on Twitter. Anyways, Dunning-Kruger around and find out. Everyone knows this little meme on Bitcoin Twitter, but Wikipedia states that the Dunning-Kruger effect is a cognitive bias whereby people with low ability, expertise, or experience regarding a certain type of task or area of knowledge tend to overestimate their ability or knowledge. And this is one main reason that most normies won't take the time and effort to do their own research. And this is what I've noticed to be true as well. A lot of people are very arrogant in regards to Bitcoin. They've heard a soundbite. They've heard a clip. They got mass amounts of hubris, as Tim writes here, and they think they know everything about Bitcoin because of some soundbite. They think they already know why we do what we do. Look at Jamie Dimon, for instance. He's Mr. Know-it-all, and he knows what we're doing here. Anyways, the point is that all humans are able to easily make incorrect assumptions based on misconceptions and ignorance. To approach Bitcoin, you must begin with a level of humility and intellectual honesty. As I said, I'm a philosopher by trade, apparently, and I love Socrates' quote, "I know that I know nothing." This is how most people should come to Bitcoin. Understand that you've known nothing about how the world works. You don't know how money works, and Bitcoin will rewire your whole life approach. So, unfortunately, too many of us will outsource this to trusted media sources filled with people who have yet to do the work themselves. And this is the core concept: don't trust, verify. If you choose to trust those who show bravado but are void of any depth of knowledge, you end up sharing their same misconceptions. You have to do the work yourself to come to your own conclusion. It takes time, pun intended. Anyways, to wrap this up, yes. The physical act of purchasing Bitcoin is not the pinnacle of virtue. If you want to capture the entire value that Bitcoin offers, you need to show the mental proof of work required to comprehend at least a fraction of what this invention can do. Most of your normie friends won't put in the work. Many will continue to believe the solution of life ills can be solved through subjugating their will to an equally flawed human, whether they be red or blue or whatever. Others will go back to their bread and circuses. Most will lose focus in order to support the next thing. And everyone will have their reasons and justifications. And some of your friends will even become salty haters or remain dishonest. But you, on the other hand, have the opportunity to expand and grow, to see outside of yourself, lower your time preference, face your Twitter addiction, turn off your television, get anchored in reality, and don't listen to any cocky Dunning-Krugers. Read a book, listen to an audiobook, download a podcast, ask questions, attend a local meetup, prove your work. Take the orange pill, do your research, and I humbly implore you, don't buy Bitcoin. Just learn about it. So obviously, he's taking a contrarian take. It's one of those things that I think more Bitcoiners know than we like to lead on. Sometimes by telling people what not to do, it inherently makes them do it. I know me. If you tell me not to do something, I might just do it just to spite you. So normie out there, don't buy Bitcoin. Learn about it. And I think this is just part of the process of understanding where we are right now, guys. A lot of people, as I said, they still haven't taken the deep dive, and it's not upon us to force people onto Bitcoin. They will choose Bitcoin when they need to. But the point of the matter is people will have to do the proof of the work, whether it is hodling, whether it is understanding why money is broken, why we're being forced to use a money that steals from us, whether they're going down the rabbit hole through podcasts or articles or simply Bitcoin. People will have to do the work. And it will change them in time. And again, this is a matter of time. Not everyone will get it overnight. Not everyone's going to get this in one argument or one orange pill session. This is a process of orange pilling the world in real time. And again, this will take time. It is a slow process. But if you really look around, it's not going to be easy to turn around the Titanic that is the fiat legacy system. But it is happening in real time, and the development on Bitcoin is happening at breakneck speed. And man, since I've been in Bitcoin the last 5 years, it always seems like the mythical hyper Bitcoinization is around the corner. But this is just a process. You can be in a hyper Bitcoinized world today if you hang out with Bitcoiners, if you use Bitcoin to buy your products, if you continue to spread the Bitcoin signal. It is happening now in real time. And everyone will get Bitcoin at the price they deserve. So they will come to Bitcoin in time. And it's just a matter of changing the culture one block at a time. Anyways, Nico, what's your thoughts on this, man? Slow clap.
Has Opti come a long way? They don't call him Saint Opti for no reason. Oh man, dropping the sauce, dropping the culture.
Don't forget the memes. The memes are powerful.
Dropping the culture, the optimism, absolutely essential. Yeah, man, it's beautiful. Shout out to our friends at Bitcoin Mag. That was really fucking incredible. Great piece, man. I have nothing else to say, dude, other than holy shit, am I impressed. Anyways, everybody, let's get to the meme review. Let's do it.
The Daily Meme Review.
Brought to you by Kaboom Racks. I get this question all the time. Nico, where should I buy Bitcoin miners? The answer is Kaboom Racks. It's the best place to buy Bitcoin miners. That's where you're going to find the best deals and the best prices. Start your mining utopia today. To check out their racks, you got to go to t.me/Kaboom Racks. Join their Telegram group and start your mining journey today. Kaboom Racks. Kaboom Racks. Yeah. Guys, I get this message all the time. Like, Nico, miners, like, bro, go to Kaboom Racks. You go to t.me/Kaboom Racks. There you go. Best place to buy miners. Let's get to the meme review. Let's do it.
Yo, that was close up. That was good TV. He shocked me. Anyways, guys, this is your favorite portion of the show, the meme review. As you guys know, we are in an information war. You guys are the frontline soldiers. Continue to put truth in art and spread the signal. As Nico said, and I steal this because I love it. Tweets are the bullets. Memes are the artillery. So by you meming, by you continuously making content, we are spreading that signal far and wide. Drop your meme review score in the chat and we will cover it at the end. Of course, Nico, of course, I found the memes so that we can dunk on Jamie. You know, when I find a fiat maxi that gives us a cringe-worthy clip, I look for the memes so that we can put them in the meme review to make our points for us. Anyways, we got an article here. Shouts out to Hangumart. Sup, bro? He goes, he clips Fortune magazine headline. He goes, JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon says Bitcoin is a hyped up fraud and cryptocurrencies are a waste of time, but blockchain is a deployable technology. And we got the always sunny, I forget which guy this guy is. And he goes, oh, Jamie, you dumb bitch. Yo. Okay, this next one shouts out to Cypher Hoodlum. Again, another dunk. And he goes, Jamie Dimon up top, Bitcoin is a fraud. And then Jamie Dimon at the bottom. What price did we get in at? Yes, guys, this is a continuous process. If you don't know, now you know. The majority of talking heads out there are funding Bitcoin so that they can buy low and inevitably probably try to sell high. And shouts out to Nihilist Fields, I believe it was Nihilist Fields or Diogenes, who pointed out, and I verified this, that Jamie Dimon called his daughter stupid for being a Bitcoiner. So, you know, they got Bitcoiners in the family. So maybe it's another theater act where they are buying Bitcoin on the low and telling you not to buy Bitcoin. Anyways, this next meme is by Documenting BTC, and he goes, Bitcoin...
Potato. Malaka. No.
This next one, Documenting BTC, and he goes, Bitcoin is simpler than you think. And we got this flow chart right here, and he goes, person, transaction and fee selected. It's signed by your wallet and sent to a distributed network of nodes on the Bitcoin network. And then a miner adds a transaction to a block template. A miner wins the proof of work contest. A new block is validated, and that new block is distributed by the Bitcoin nodes. This is the way it make Bitcoin as simple as possible so people can easily digest what we are doing here. As Maxi Club says, when we orange pill, trying to orange pill your normie friend. And again, this is another always sunny meme template. It's a little Pepe with the Charlie Day meme and the orange pill and the Bitcoin and, you know, connecting all the dots and looking crazy and sounding crazy like Nico Jones does every single day on the show. Anyways, this next one, shouts out to Becca, who's in Day 9 in Elon's Twitter jail at BT Weekly Gossip, and she goes, good morning, stack sats and opt out of the fiat lies, hashtag Bitcoin, me trying to add up the government stories today. And if you guys are old like us, you remember putting in numbers in your calculator and flipping it upside down and it's saying lies. Trying to add up the government stories today equals lies. Amazing. This next one by 21JCLP, and he goes, become or be ungovernable. Hashtag Bitcoin 24/7. And we got, it's like Zeus. You know, we got a Greek god here with a Bitcoin logo on its chest and laser eyes. And he goes, be ungovernable, sitting on a marble throne. Let's go. All right. And this one, shouts out to Lucio Paletti. Absolutely love the work you're doing, bro. And he goes, down the Bitcoin rabbit hole. There is music to this, so I'm going to keep it on silent. But for those on the audio, this is a really cool visual meme. And it's a person going down the Bitcoin rabbit hole, and it's like diving into the universe, and it just keeps going deeper and deeper and deeper into different aspects of the Bitcoin rabbit hole, the citadels, and, you know, going into paradise and gods and heaven and I don't even know, yin and yang and all kinds of crazy cool stuff. Absolutely love this. This is a great piece of work, Lucho. Love it. I'm sure there's like a some kind of Hindu reference there that I'm kind of just like not getting. Oh man. Hold on. Let's bring him in. In the gulags.
They took me,
guys.
They took me when we were talking about Jamie Dimon. They just took me, bro. But they're allowing me to broadcast, so it's all good. And I think Yellow's here. I think Yellow's here too. I think I heard him. Yeah, he's here.
Okay, guys. Well, my meme review score, I don't think I put this one on the show yet, and I have it over here. I do have some books here. I do know how to read. It's The Richest Man in Babylon. Highly recommend all you guys read this.
That's a good one.
This is like the quintessential book that I try to shill to the normies out there. It's like, yo, you want to figure out how to not only get your money right, but stack Bitcoin better. I quote The Richest Man in Babylon all the time. If you haven't read it, go read it. Spread this one to all your friends and family. It's a simple read. It's a good read, only 190 pages. And I think more people should read this book. So Richest Man in Babylon, go get it, read it. I'm sure you can find the PDF.
It's a great book. That's a fabulous that's a fabulous recommendation. So I'm going to give it the gulag that I'm at. It is camp 469-420. So if you guys want to send me mail, it is gulag 469-420. That's where you'll be able to find me. Anyways,
that one's going to be lit. That's going to be a lit gulag.
Yeah, but that's where all the Bitcoiners are being sent. Anyways, everybody, this is Simply Bitcoin Live. So while you guys drop us the meme review, please just drop us the meme review. It's Simply Bitcoin Live. We also want to tell you about Simply Bitcoin merch. Opti, show off the merch. Look at that. Show off the back, bro. The B17 in the back. Look at that. Look at that. Absolutely. So guys, that hoodie is already sold out, but you can still get the t-shirts. Simply Bitcoin merch. You can get the t-shirts, the hat. Opti's wearing the hat. You can take advantage of the promo code Simply.
I don't think I took off this hat since I got it.
There you go. Exactly. So Simply-Bitcoin, get 10% off anything off the Represent LTD.com store. I can't say that word. Anyways. All right, Opti. Let's check out some of the scores. Elaine, I give the memes. Jamie Dimon, scared, freaked out eyes, trembling lips when talking about Bitcoin. All right, Opti, let's move on to the next one.
Shouts out to Any Reg. He goes, score. Empty suitcase for Jamie to hide in. Oof. All right, Bill O'Reilly. I'm giving the memes a bottle of Jamie Dimon's limp dick pills. If you know, you know. Oh shit! Yo, they're getting spicy in the chat.
That's firing across the bow.
Phil C. I give these memes one night with Caroline of Alameda.
No, okay, that's it. It's over. It's over. No more. Okay, global nonsense. I give the memes Jamie Dimon's Lego man hair. You guys really know how to make Nico feel uncomfortable.
Whoa, hold on. I give these memes the babies I want to have with angry Nico.
Oh man, they're spicy today. This is spicy today. All right, next one. Score. Saint Opti taking one for the team by infiltrating the fiat money spigot, dating JD's mom, adopt JD. This is the best day for meme scores. The best day for meme scores. Holy cow.
I will do this for the culture.
He will. I can confirm. I can confirm. All right, last one. Planet Earth giving these memes a Dunning-Kruger and find out. Absolutely love it. All right, guys. Wow, this was a great way to end this week's episode. Guys, check out Simply Bitcoin's Telegram group. It's free. Go to www.t.me/simplybitcointv. It's over 700 people in there dropping memes, talking, spreading Bitcoin. Love it. Also, check out simplybitcoin.news. Also, shout out Darth Coin. Love you, brother. Simply Bitcoin's Telegram group mod. He's doing an incredible job. Love you, Darth. And also check out simplybitcoin.news. We have so many awesome writers. It is the written version of this show, completely unfiltered. Go to www.simplybitcoin.news. Soon we're going to make it into a website. Anyways, everybody, Opti, we do...
I got the fountain comment. So I don't know. Maybe we need a new...
Plebsites.
Brought to you by Cypher Safe. Don't be that person that loses their Bitcoin seed due to fire damage, water damage, dog attacks. Back up your generational Bitcoin wealth on steel, and there's no better place to do it than the Cypher Grid by Cypher Safe. And now check out their new Bitcoin art, the Bitcoin Rulux. triangle only on cyphersafe.io.
All right, guys. So as we tell you guys, we are a part of the value for value economy. It is Friday, so I am here to point out some of the cool people that send us sats, some of the comments if there is some. So first one, shouts out to, and I'm not going to read them all, but appreciate all you guys that are streaming us sats. I had to pick and choose my battles, and I got a bunch of them over here. So I'm not gonna point out every stream sat, but we appreciate all the sats you guys are streaming us. But I will mention every single person that has been streaming us sats this last week. So first and foremost, shouts out to MGB256, and he says, great episode on the Pierre Rochard IRL that we did yesterday, sending us 243 sats. And then again, I'm not going to name all the streams, but shouts out to Clark Ian, dude. Thank you. You're blowing up our Fountain app. We really appreciate you streaming us all these sats. Means a lot to us, bro. Really appreciate it. All right, next one. Let me zoom in here. We got 5 sats from user 617714413839490. Appreciate it, bro. Again, some more Clark Ian. Thank you, bro. Really appreciate it. Again, let me see. Is there something on the bottom? No. Okay, next one. We got a few Anon sats stream from Breeze. So thank you guys over on Breeze streaming us some sats. Really appreciate it. We also got a 950 sat boost from I Am Mr. Robot. Let's go. And on the TTO that I did with Surfer Jim, go check it out. He goes, met Jim at the shooting range last year at BitBlock. Boom. Never know who you'll run into. Yes, this is why you want to go do those Bitcoin conferences at least once. Go hang out with Bitcoiners for the first time, sometimes for the first time, and other times you just go back because they're your friends. Anyways, next user, user 529575496378028 gave us 475 sats on, I think it was yesterday's episode, on Bankers and Weef Meet in Davos. Next one, shouts out to BTC Jason for streaming us sats. Really appreciate it. Got a couple 65 sats in here. Streams, really appreciate it, bro. And shouts out to our boy Vake. Thank you very much, Vake, for the 1900 sats boost on the Pierre Rochard video. Yesterday, again, some more stream sats by BTC Jason. And then we got some more anonymous sats from Breeze. So whoever it is over on Breeze, we appreciate it. Again, some more stream sats from Breeze, anonymous. Don't know who it is. Some more from BTC Jason. Really appreciate it, guys. This other one, we got some stream sats by George X George X Mackey on the Surfer Gym TTO. Appreciate it, bro. Really appreciate it. And then we got some stream sats by Dirty Jersey Whore. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you for the sats that you streamed to us. All right, couple more, Nico. Couple more. We got a boost, 153 sats from Ting Sun. And Surfer Jim on the TTO goes, best episode I've heard in 6 months of listening. Jim inspired this fat old guy to get back with the carnivore program too. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, go listen to that one. It's all about surfing the waves of Bitcoin and changing your life with Bitcoin. Some more stream sats from Breeze. And then I think these last ones are some stream sats by Rag3AF on yesterday's episode. Really appreciate it, guys. So, like we said, man, it is Friday and we are a part of the value for value economy. So stream us sats, give us comments, clip us over there. We will retweet them. We'll bring them up every Friday. And of course, if you want to listen to us in audio form, we are on Anchor, Spotify, Apple. Again, I think we're on all the podcasting apps, and of course on the Fountain or Value for Value economy over on Fountain. Again, we appreciate it. Happy Friday. Have a good weekend. Third week down to 52, Nico. Let's go.
Let's go. Thank you guys for joining us. Another episode of Simply Bitcoin Live. We tried to end the week strong. We love you all. If you guys appreciate the content, smash that like button. Consider subscribing if you feel like we provided you value. But the number one thing you could do to share, to spread the peaceful Bitcoin revolution is share this content. In fact, share all Bitcoin content. Get the message out there. If enough people take self-custody, if enough people take the orange pill, will win, and there's absolutely nothing they could do about it. The party continues all the way till 2 p.m., so about 25 minutes with our friends over at Swan Bitcoin. We are co-hosting a space with them. It's going on right now. Opti's going to hold it down for another 30 minutes. Your chance to interact with Opti. Also, shout out producer Jacob, best producer in the game, for holding it down as well. Love you all. We will see you Monday for another episode of Simply Bitcoin Live. Peace out, guys. Have an amazing weekend.